This week on a brand new episode of Strong Arm Sports Podcast. He said that he had a 4-hour meeting with Pat Riley and Eric Spoelstra, and he's in a better place. In case you guys don't know, Hassan Whitside ain't been in a good place.
What do you mean a better place?
Miami.
Did he get traded?
Nah, not yet. But
we supposed to be the losers, but we winning though. They used to laugh at us, now we winning though. They used to tell me never in my lifetime. I guess they wasn't in their right mind.
What's going on, folks? Welcome to a brand new exciting episode of Strong Arm Sports Podcast, the realest sports podcast in all the land.
True.
Fam, I don't know if you hear me. I'm talking about in all the land.
True.
All right, I'm just making sure. Man, we here to wrap up the previous week of sports in dramatic fashion. No BS, no sugarcoating, no biases, just that strong arm truth. Maybe you new here, man. If this happens to be the first time you guys have watched our show here on YouTube, or if you're listening on any of our various podcast channels, first of all, thank you for joining the group. And also, I'm one half of the show. I go by the name of K Spade the Prospect.
And I'm your boy, Ep187, and together we form Strong Arm Sports Spade.
Yes, sir. Uh-oh.
Woo! I'm ready.
You sure?
Spade. Yeah, man, I had to get that out. Because something happened, Felt like I got two-pieced. Maybe. But that's where we're going to start, Spade. So word on the street, if you guys didn't know, Spade, I kind of feel like we TMZ today or something. Like, what's going on? But word on the street, the word on the street is that Draymond and Tristan Thompson got into it at a party at a LeBron James ESPY party. So, when it first came out, Spade, when it first came out, it was reports that Tristan Thompson caught Draymond with a two-piece. There was also some more reports that came out that said it happened when Draymond Green was allegedly walking up to Tristan Thompson to apologize how he treated him, at the final. I would assume at the finals, during the finals rather, during the parade when he was like, "Oh, we just built different. We just grew up different," or whatever
cloths.
he said. Yeah, we cut from a different cloth, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I mean, pick one. Draymond was getting at TT during the whole finals and at the parade. So it was rumors that Draymond went up to Tristan Thompson to apologize, and TT was having none of that. Spade, I also read that Draymond actually came out and said that it didn't happen like that. That wasn't how it went down. I also read a report, Spade, that said that the shoving or mush or punch, whatever it was, happened because Draymond Green was kind of getting at Tristan Thompson about Khloe Kardashian, about LeBron James leaving the Cavs. And I gotta ask you, bro.
Yes, sir.
Everything is speculation. We don't know. We wasn't there. But I gotta ask you, what do you think happened? What happened?
I don't know. See, that's a really good... At first, I'm not gonna lie to you. Either way, if TT got pushed to that limit where he felt like throwing them hands, I hate to admit this. Look, violence is not the answer, listeners. Let me make sure I get that off. But
say that first.
For some odd reason, I found something that I drew to in that, because I feel like every man has his limit. Your limit might be way up here, mine might be way back there. Some people you got to push a whole lot, but everybody had that limit. So apparently, whatever happened, Tristan reached his limit. Now it's a dispute about whether or not it really was a punch. Somebody else said it was more like he mushed him in the face. Punch, mush, slap, whatever. TT got to his limit, and he stood up for himself. And at the end of the day, that's all we want to see people do to bullies. Just stand up for yourself. I'd rather you stand up for yourself and get your ass kicked than just let folks just run all over you. So I don't care if Dre was apologizing. I don't care if he was teasing them or bullying them or whatever the hell you want to call it. TT reached his limit and he defended himself, and for that, I earned a little bit of respect for TT. Now, initially, LaParis, it was a whole conversation about Cleveland throwing a parade for Tristan, for him hitting Draymond, and Draymond was like, look, the only reason why I'm addressing this is because the reports was making my mama mad. I was going to let y'all talk, but it didn't really go down like that, and y'all should go ahead and have a parade anyway, because y'all ain't going to have none for a long time. Y'all might not have no more anyway. So, I don't really know about, I don't know if we should take it far enough to have a parade. Then again, if you the city of Cleveland, I really don't know what else you're gonna be celebrating for a while. So maybe that's the move. But I mean, maybe like if Tristan reached his limit and fought back, bro, I ain't got a problem with it. I like it. I'm gonna keep it a stack with you. I like it.
I want to say this. I mean, Spade, we talked about Draymond Green, his antics on this show for a few years now, right? And Draymond might have some people fooled. Everybody writing our comments, in our comment section, Draymond is a tough guy. Draymond is about that life. That's what they tell us. I don't know.
Liquor tell it.
I don't know. But I want to say this. If it's true that Draymond went up to Tristan Thompson to apologize, that's whack, bruh. That's whack. Because you want to
You don't like apologies?
For him to apologize is whack. You want to clown this man all in public, all on national TV, on the NBA Finals. You want to clown Tristan Thompson. Then you want to get at him at the parade. And then in private, you want to apologize to this guy? Come on, that's lame, bro. That's lame. And if that is how it went down, I have no problem with Tristan Thompson. You want to clown me, then come up here and apologize when we're amongst our peers, when everybody's seeing how you treated? Nah. But like I said, it's all speculation. We don't really know what happened. People was at the party, and it seemed like the people at the party don't know what's happened. People at the party said it was punches thrown. One person at the party said it was a two-piece thrown. Another person said it wasn't necessarily a punch. It was more of a mush. We don't know what happened. We know
something happened.
Something happened. You never want to resort to violence, but I am all for Tristan Thompson standing up for himself. I'm not buying Spade. The crazy thing is, I posted a video on Twitter. It was like our NBA, like when Larry Bird and people was getting hooked off on it, and they was getting common fouls for that. And somebody tweeted me under that video. They tweeted me and said, "This isn't basketball. Like what? Like why did you miss this? This isn't basketball." The crazy thing is, Draymond and these guys, like you said before, they understand ain't nobody about to bust a grape on this court, so they can do this type of crap. They can do this. And I think that's why Draymond got everybody fooled that he this tough guy. I'm not buying it. I already know people going to come in this comment section and say Draymond is from here. This dude is a tough guy. Everybody from everywhere ain't always tough. I'm just letting you know.
Yep.
I mean, I don't have a problem with Tristan Thompson standing up. We will probably never know how it actually went down, but I don't have a problem with Tristan Thompson standing up for himself at all.
Let me ask you this. You said if Dre went up to him and tried to apologize, then he deserved whatever Tristan had. But if we flip it, what if Dre was really just ragging him like, oh, man, LeBron left y'all, man. Y'all about to be sorry. And, you know, you about to fall in the Kardashian curse, blah, 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 whatever. Then you feel like Tristan was out of pocket for throwing a punch or pushing or whatever?
I mean, we already know how people get when your woman get brought up. And like I said, at this juncture, at this place, hands can be laid. This ain't the court. This ain't the NBA. You ain't about to get fined. You ain't about to get suspended. We are not playing. So if he bold enough to say this crap to my face in person, outside of the basketball arena, hey, he bold enough to get them hands.
Yeah. Plus, I mean, at the end of the day, they not friends. I can crack a joke with you, and you can take it a lot better from me than somebody who already you got an issue with because they in public saying, "Oh no, I ain't trying." Because I mean, Tristan tried to like dap him up at the end. They had just lost.
Yeah.
And Tristan tried to dap him up, and he was like, "No, you can't touch me. Like I don't even want to touch you." So they not friends. So you can't joke with me. We don't joke with me. We ain't like that.
They could have buried the hatchet right there. Like, yo, dap him up. They could have buried the hatchet right there. But Draymond was like, nah, like get your hand out of here.
Yeah, like I don't even want you to touch me. Yeah. So we not friends. So then we ain't cool enough for you to joke with me. So I don't have a problem with what Tristan did. Whichever way the story spins out, I ain't got a problem with it.
Bro, I can say some things to you. We like that. We cool like that. But if somebody say the same thing I said to me about you, I gotta let them know. Like, bro, don't talk about my homie like that. You don't know him. That's how you supposed to do it, man.
Yeah, and there's gonna be consequences if they come to me.
Yeah.
Let's take it down south a little bit, bro. A little bit further south to my favorite team, my real favorite team, down in Miami,
Houston,
Dade County, sometimes referred to as Wade County.
Time out. Let me get a 20, Coach. Let me get a 20, Coach.
You see how I'm just talking all over that because you already know Miami's my team.
Wait a minute, we going to Houston?
Anyway, Miami Heat center Hassan Whitside is in the news today, LaParis, and guess why?
Oh, Lord. Why, Spade?
Because he's in a better place. He said that he had a 4-hour meeting with Pat Riley and Eric Spoelstra, and he's in a better place. In case you guys don't know, Hassan Whitside ain't been in a good place.
What do you mean a better place?
Miami.
Did he get traded?
Nah, not yet. But he ain't been in a good place with Miami in a while, bro, because he said it. You know, he really didn't like that he wasn't utilized like you felt like you should have been in the postseason. I think in a 5-game series, he only played something like 75 minutes. Pat Riley came out and actually banged the cannon on him and said he ain't in good shape. Like Pat Riley, you know, Pat, I don't know, we can't confirm this, but Pat gets stuff done. Pat ain't finna tiptoe around you. Yeah, he ain't finna tiptoe around you. So Pat Riley came out and actually said, you know what? You know, Hassan Whitside got to get in better shape. He's not in good shape. And he kind of alluded to that being the reason why Hassan Whitside wasn't playing a lot of minutes. Hassan Whitside signed a 4-year deal for $98.5 million of them things. Almost $100 million in 4 years.
Yeah, he got 98 million reasons to be in a good place. I don't know what you're talking about.
He got 2 more years on his contract, and Heat fans, including myself, we're starting to look at Hassan Whitside like this is a guy that can play when he wants to play. But those days where he wants to play seems to be coming fewer and farther in between. He ain't strapping up. He don't look focused. And he said he wasn't healthy all season. Hassan said I ain't been healthy all season. And then in this same interview, he said, but I feel 100% now. So that 4-hour talk must have healed him right on up. LaParis, 1, do you buy him being in a better place? And 2, do you think it's gonna equate to him playing better on the court? And I need you to come with the facts, bro.
Let me tell you something, man. I got a problem. The crazy thing is, certain things, I think certain athletes use different things for motivation.
True.
And Spade, I think you told me Hassan Whitside was what, 28, 29?
29.
Something like that.
29.
Yeah, and he signed a 4 or 5 year deal for $98 million. What do you mean you gotta be in a good place to play better? Like you just signed. You came from overseas, D-League, G-League, whatever they call it now, to making $900,000 to signing a monster deal for $100 million. Why isn't that motivation enough? I got a problem with Whitside. You look at Whiteside's Spade. Some games when Whitside is locked in, mostly when he play against another top big in the league, Whiteside you be like, golly, Whiteside can be one of the best bigs in the league.
Yep.
Then you get a game, and he not locked in. And you get that look like he don't want to play. He don't want to be here. Why am I playing basketball at this stage right now today? Why am I here playing basketball? And he just looks bad, man. And maybe some of you guys, some of you Miami fans may blame that on injury. I don't know, but I'm looking at Whitside, and unless he's been injured for about 2 years. Unless he's been injured for 2 years, this is what I seen from Whitside for the past 2 years, ever since he signed that deal. Even before he signed that deal, it was some games you'd be like, yo, what is Whitside doing? Like, it just frustrated me. For him to be like, I'm in a better place now, so that bothers me, bro. You got this monster deal, and you could be setting yourself up to get an additional deal. That next deal, when you can sign like another 4-year deal, ain't nobody about to sign Whitside for another monster deal after this one and be like, you know what? We about to give him the bag. This dude is a beast. They're gonna be like, man, Whitside is lazy. He don't have one to play. We don't get his effort. Not to mention, teammates got in Whiteside ass and called Whitside out numerous times, including Wade. So
that's true.
Whitside is one of those guys. You look at him and you be like, man, Whitside, he should be way better than what he is. When he's amazing, when he want to play, he's amazing. When he don't want to play, you be like, get him out of here, get him off the court, put Bam in, get anybody, put Justice Winslow in, put anybody else in that's going to at least give some effort. Give some effort is free. Give some effort. Come on, man.
I'm going to try to play devil's advocate. You already know how I feel about Hassan Whitside. It's well documented. I've said it to you. I've said it on this show. I say it to anybody who want to talk sports with me. I like what Whitside can be when he's locked in. Obviously, he's got to be healthy. He's got to be focused and locked in, but when he can play, when he wants to play, he can play. However, maybe, and like I said, I'm just trying to play devil's advocate here. The first year of Hassan Whitside's new contract, he averaged 33 minutes a game. He played 77 games, and he averaged 17 points a game, which is his career high.
Okay.
And he averaged 14 rebounds a game, which was a league leading. Now, the year that he earned that contract, the previous year, he averaged 4 block shots a game, and that was league leading. But after that year, he's kind of went backwards. Obviously, his points per game is down. His minutes are down.
Real quick, Spade. Do you agree with me when I say rebounding and block shots are effort plays?
Oh, definitely. I mean, especially rebounding. Block shots,
especially rebounding.
Yeah and no. But rebounding hands down. I mean, Charles Barkley proved that to us. He said, Charles Barkley himself said rebounding ain't about height or how high you can jump. It's desire. Whoever wants that loose ball the most gonna get it. So I definitely agree there. Now, it should also be noted that even in this year that's easily considered an off year for Whiteside, he only played 25 minutes a game. He only played in 54 games. He still averaged 14 points a game and 11 rebounds and 2 blocks. So, I mean, he's not playing terrible, and he just had his best year from the charity stripe since he's been in the league. So his potential is there. Like you said, players find different things to motivate them. For Michael Jeffrey Jordan, he still was mad about somebody being selected for his high school team that he felt like should have been in spot. What I want Whiteside to do, and I know this is easier said than done because everybody's not the same person. Hassan Whiteside is not Michael Jordan. But I want him to find that thing that pushes him, because when he's motivated, bruh, he a dog. He a dog. But Hassan, for damn near $25 million a year, I need you to be a dog more than 40 games. It's an 82-game season, bruh. We need more than 40 games of you being locked in like that. And realistically, yeah, I know sometimes the schedule's tough. I know it's traveling. I know it's jet lag. And I know ultimately the human body just don't perform at 100% every time. I know that. But when you can control it, you got to bring it, bro. Because Heat fans, we looking at you sideways. We're looking at you sideways. It looked like you secured the bag and just let your go away. Like you stopped giving them. You ain't had no more to give or whatever. That's what it looks like. So I'm going to need you to get right.
And I want to say this. With his minutes going down, let's not forget they did bring in Kelly Olynyk and they drafted Bam. Kelly Olynyk, excuse me. I don't know what I call that guy. Kelly Olynyk. But they signed Kelly, and then they drafted Bam. So, of course, minutes are going to be... I'm not saying they should have dropped that much. I'm not saying Whiteside... If Whiteside is going to play, Whiteside should get 30-plus minutes a night. I agree. But your minutes dropped to 25 minutes. If we look at you and you got 3 fouls in the first and you're not giving us effort, you know what? Hey, you can say what you want about Kelly, and you can say what you want about Bam. Kelly is at least, hey... If you better than him, he might pull your shoulder out the socket. I'm just saying. You know this dude about to give you all he got. And you know Bam is a young player. This dude want to make a name for himself. He want to get the bag too. So you know he about to give you maximum effort when he touch that floor. It might not always look pretty, but he's going to play hard. So that may be why Whiteside minutes dropped as well. I mean, people, you could say injuries, but if that's the case, then Whiteside been injured for about 2-3 years.
And plus, it's his game, too, bro. Like, if we being honest, the game is changing. That back to the basket guy, they are endangered species. Whiteside don't really have a lot of his offensive arsenal. Defensively, you can't really hate on what he's doing, even in this quote-unquote down year. But offensively, he really don't stretch the floor like Olynyk. He can't really put it on the floor and beat people off the dribble. He's limited. You really got to put him out there with a lineup that can help create easy looks for him. Or get him close to the basket, in my opinion.
Listen, effort is free, man. Effort is free. I'm not.
That's fact.
Spade, I'm never complaining about a guy getting his money. So, am I saying Whiteside shouldn't have signed the almost $100 million contract? Absolutely not. But in my mind, if I was Whiteside, I'd be thinking, man, I'm one of the best dudes I am one of the best bigs in the league. Like, you block, even if you want to say Whiteside offensive game is horrible. He can get double-digit points just off offensive rebounds and putbacks. Come on. But rebounding and block shots, come on, man. That's your effort, man. And that's what I want from Whiteside. I like Whiteside, but that's what I want from Whiteside. I want effort.
Same.
Try. Let's move on, bro. Going to take it. Going to talk about LeBron James. You got nothing with LeBron going to the Lakers. No. If you guys didn't know, LeBron actually opened up a I Promise school. And I mean, what more can you say about LeBron, man? He's free tuition, meals. I read that he's giving them bikes, all type of goodies, as well as a good education, man. Great move by LeBron to do that for the inner city where he's from, man. Spade, I wanted to get your thoughts on LeBron opening up the I Promise school.
I'm gonna tell you, bro. I know I'm getting older, so certain things affect me or they touch me differently. When I first heard the story, I was like, oh, Brian, opened his own school. That's pretty dope. But then when I went back and I was reading all the things it provides, I was like, this ain't dope. This is legendary. He's going to help create job opportunities for the parents of the at-risk kids.
Word.
The people who graduate from this school instantly get a full ride, paid college education right there.
That's amazing,
I mean,
man.
He's doing so much, everything, the small things from free breakfast, free lunch, free snacks. He said, I believe that you got to feed the body so that the mind, like, you can't be in school hungry and focus on school. Like, he has literally thought of everything, and he was able to think from their perspective because he was once upon a time an at-risk kid of his own. And I put this on my social media, man. We can forever debate greatest of all time on the court when it comes to Michael Jordan or LeBron James or whoever else you might want to sprinkle in the conversation. But when it comes for who LeBron is off of that court, it is no comparison. If you want to look at his complete package, what he do on the court and off the court, it is nobody near LeBron James. And this school is just a phenomenal idea. I kind of felt, LeParis, I don't know if you saw this, but I kind of felt like Jalen Rose was in his feelings a little bit. Like Jalen Rose was... He was kept saying, oh, well, I had a school and I've been doing this. And nobody said that Brown was the first to do it. But to do it in the way that he did and provide what he's provided, that's never been done before. And that's no shade. Jalen wasn't the first either. It was people before both of these guys that started schools. And it's always people giving back, and they all are appreciated. But this school is crazy. And he's got, if I'm not mistaken, 116 game-worn shoes that they're going to auction off, and those proceeds go right back into that school for those kids. It's just a great idea, man, and I love it. I love it. The best gift you can give anybody is education. That's the best gift you can give, and I just think it's dope.
Yeah, the best gift is definitely a free education. But I want to say this. I was going to mention Jalen Rose. Of course, we know Jalen Rose opened up a school. Oprah opened up a school in Africa. Mutombo opened up schools and hospitals over there in Africa. Listen, man, I feel like, and I like Jalen Rose, and this is no shade. It might come across as shade, but I kind of felt like Jalen was kind of in his feelings as well. I kind of feel like when somebody does something and they say, oh, well, I kind of did that, I've been doing this, I kind of feel like they kind of want the praise that the other person is getting. Which, when you do something, this is what I feel. I feel when you do something for your heart, you don't need the pat on your back. It's supposed to be from your heart. Whether anybody be like, oh my gosh, thank you. You should feel for yourself. I'm doing this because there's a need for this, not for praise. Jalen Rose, we know you got a school, and you have been commended on the work you have done at the Jalen Rose Academy. We know, bruh. We know. Like, I just feel like there's no reason for that man to get in his feelings, man. And I like Jalen Rose. I just feel like it was no need for him to get in his feelings at that. It's just be like, hey, you and LeBron could have linked up and did something together with you two schools. I think that Jalen Rose school is in Detroit, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's in Detroit.
Sure it is. I'm sure it is.
I mean, Detroit, Michigan, and Akron, Ohio, it can't be that far. It's always Michigan versus Ohio all the time. They could have linked up and did a field trip or something. I don't know, but it didn't sit well with me. It didn't sit well with me that I felt like what Jalen Rose was saying. Like, oh, I kind of, I been was doing this. We know, Jalen. We know. We talking about LeBron, though.
He brought up an example. He talked about the moonwalk. He said that Michael Jackson didn't invent the moonwalk. Somebody else did the moonwalk first, but Michael Jackson being such a big icon, he was able to to take it to the next level. He made it global. So Jalen said something along the lines of, I'm not the icon LeBron is. I'm not the dominant player in the NBA. I wasn't the dominant player in the NBA that LeBron is. And it really made it sound like he felt like he didn't get the credit he deserved for his school. And to be fair, maybe he didn't. Maybe he didn't.
Though, Spade. But we know.
Yeah, I know. But I'm saying, that human side of him felt like, yo, that's crazy. I've been doing this and nobody ran a story on it. We didn't talk about it on ESPN. Obviously, he wasn't there. But my point is, I think in that moment he felt some kind of way. And I just wish he found a better way to handle that because it really can. And it's crazy because, LaParis, you and I didn't talk about this off the show. So I didn't even know if you peeped. But I was watching it and it really came across like Jalen was a little salty. That he didn't get the recognition he felt like he deserved. Yeah, it was a bad look. Jalen, you my man, $50,000. But that was a bad look.
Yeah, I love Jalen Rose. But regardless whether the masses think Jalen Rose, them kids thinking Jalen Rose, them parents are thinking Jalen Rose. Come on, man. Be better.
And that's one of those things you want other people to say, bruh. Exactly. You want somebody to come back and be like, yo, I know what LeBron did was great, but let's not forget Drew Brees started the school. Jalen Rose started a school. You want somebody else to say it. It's just when
you ain't see Oprah saying I started a school in Africa. You ain't see her.
Yeah, it don't go that good when you say it yourself. It don't look good. LaParis, I got a question for you. Let me strong arm something in here before we move forward. We're talking about LeBron and the greatness of his school and the overall greatness of LeBron, and it made me think for a split second. The greatness of LeBron just left the Eastern Conference that was already a conference kind of viewed as the little brother in the NBA. With such a huge shift of talent in the conference, we'll put you on the hot seat, man. Who do you feel like is the guy? I don't necessarily mean this guy is going to take his team out. I mean, I guess technically he should if he's the guy, but that's not even what I'm asking. Who do you think is the guy in the Eastern Conference in LeBron's absence?
Whew. Oh, man.
Yeah, that's tough. I ain't giving you no time to think about it.
We counting Kawhi? Kawhi's in the East.
We count Kawhi. That's who you got? Kawhi? We ain't seen that guy play.
I guess I gotta go Greek Freaks, man. If you put me on the hot seat, I'm going Greek Freak right now.
Okay.
It gotta be between Greek Freak, Kawhi, and Embiid, right? Those gotta be the three, right? Ain't nobody picking Kyle
I'm thinking it's between. I got it. If I'm looking three ways, y'all already know. People give me hell about the way I feel about this guy. Other people don't have him this high. But I think it's between the Greek Freak, it's between Joel Embiid, and it's between John Wall. I'm still not ruling out John Wall. I still think John Wall make his teammates better. I know the Wizards don't win a lot of games. They don't win all the games people feel like they should win, and they don't go that far. But I still think if you take John Wall off of that team, they're a lottery team. I honestly feel that way.
I'm going to say give me Greek Freak if you put me on the hot seat to pick right now. Greek Freak don't got a jumper, and he averaged like 20-something.
I was going to say, and he's proved he don't even really need it. And Embiid is Hakeem Olajuwon 2.0.
Word. I mean, but who you picking? Who you would pick?
Oh, you going to make me choose somebody?
Yeah, you got to pick. You going to make me pick, and you got to pick. What are you doing?
I tell you what, I can't believe I'm saying this. If he can stay healthy, I think it's Embiid. I've been watching Embiid doing some workout videos and stuff, and I don't mean like the hoodie mellow shit in the gym by yourself. I'm talking like I saw him play against Jason Tatum. I don't know,
bro, he
man.
just played in the World game. Healthy. The world just played Africa. He just played in that game.
Yeah, I think Hassan Whitside just shot a 3 in his face too. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Just saying.
Hey, JaVale McGee fouled out, bro. In case you was wondering, he fouled out.
In the exhibition game is the Greek Freak though, so might be safer to go with Giannis. But man, when I tell you Embiid got an up arrow, Embiid, bro, man. He's got an up.
I can't wait. I can't wait till we get closer to the NBA season and we talking top 5 bigs and top 5 point guards. We get back to that.
I don't know what fun you're gonna get your ass kicked down too, just like you doing it. It ain't gonna be no better for you, bro.
Oh my gosh.
Whoa. Same difference.
Hey, you
Let's
ready
go ahead and move forward, bro.
Good.
All right.
My bad.
So look, man, I took us to the south. I took us down to Miami. Now I'm gonna take you north. We the north of the border. I'm taking you to Canada. Listen, folks, relax. I know it's not really called Canada. Relax. Let's talk about your favorite quarterback, Johnny Football. Johnny Manziel, Mr. I Can't Hear You because he got too much money on his ear. just got his first start in the Canadian Football League, and man, all the folks who've been telling me, Spade, I'm telling you, Johnny's gonna get back in the league and he gonna set the league on fire. They quiet today, LaParis. It's tumbleweeds on my Twitter. I've been looking for everybody to hit me up. It's tumbleweeds. Johnny Manziel had a big ass piece of humble pie in the Canadian Football League, and LaParis, he had some comments afterwards. Now, I'm not sure exactly what his numbers were. I know he threw 4 interceptions, no touchdowns, and I know he got that work. But this is what he said. I want you to hear his quote, man, because this quote really going to drive it home. I'm going to try to say it in my Johnny voice. I think we got beat so bad. Things went so bad, so quick.
Wow, that's how you sound, bro?
Yeah.
Wow.
This is it. Throughout the game, even when I was in there, I just kept telling myself, this is a test. This is the football gods humbling me. You come up here, it's not the NFL, it's the CFL. It's different. You expect to do well. It's what I've been accustomed to in college and some moments in the NFL. And you come up here, and it's not what you expected or used to. It's a different place. This game humbles you. No, this game humbled you. I don't see the other folks go up there and cook in the CFL. My boy Ricky Williams went up there and ran all over them folks, and he was high as a kite when he got there. It humbled you, Johnny. Johnny, you got humbled. LaParis, talk to Johnny, bro. Talk to him.
Bro, Johnny Manziel went 11 for 20, 104 yards, 104 yards,
okay,
and 4 interceptions.
Ooh,
before the half. Bad. He had 4 interceptions before the half, bro. And
bro,
I
didn't know it was that bad.
Bro, it was before the half. Listen. I seen guys, and I told Spade, I'm such a football guy that once they started showing the CFL on TV, I watch. Spade,
yeah,
we seen guys, and I'm taking it back now. I'm taking it back. We seen guys like Doug Flutie go up to Canada and light Canada on fire. They lit Canada on fire. Won hella Grey Cups. They championship is called the Grey Cup. They won hella Grey Cups. He won hella Grey Cups. And it took years of Flutie spending years up there before he got his opportunity to go to the NFL. If Johnny Manziel can't get right in the CFL, what in God's name made people think he can get right in the NFL? And don't tell me, oh, in the NFL, the coaching is better. I don't want to hear that, bruh. I don't want to hear that. Spade, I'm going to tell you another guy. That was in the CFL, played for your team actually, played for the Dolphins. You know who used to kick ass in the Canadian League? Cameron Wake.
Oh, Cam Wake.
Cameron Wake is from the CFL and was kicking ass up there. Spade.
That's true.
It's kind of like people give and this isn't me because I think he's going to be a good back. People give Rashad Penny a hard time because they be like, oh, look at this competition, but you gotta kind of do the numbers. So if Rashad Penny gave you 2,000 plus yards whatever conference he was in over there,
Mountain West,
you gotta figure if Rashad Penny played in the SEC behind Bama line, no matter what competition, you figure he running for 1,700 yards. You gotta figure that. If Johnny Manziel is throwing 4 picks in the CFL on that wide ass field, Spade, come on, man. It will get ugly in the NFL quick, fast, in a hurry. It will not be pretty. It will not be pretty.
Let me ask you a question.
Go ahead.
Because I don't know nothing about this team, but I'm looking at something here. Said he only had 4 days practice, and he joined a team that was 1-5. He didn't have time to build chemistry with his teammates. He showed a little bit of rustiness, and ultimately, it was a bad team. There's nothing to see here. You know, anybody else thrown in that situation would have looked bad there as well. How much truth is that? Because I like I said, I don't watch the CFL. Do you buy some of that?
I'm not saying they would. The team he on is a bad team. I'm not saying they wouldn't have got smacked, but I'm gonna tell you what don't help. Throwing 4 interceptions. Now some of these things was Johnny being Johnny, trying to improvise. So you gotta figure, damn, he kind of put his team in a bad spot with these turnovers. Sometimes you just gotta take the sack. I tell you this, we be in the party, we be on the phone, we watch football games, and I'd be like, that's just a bad pass. Sometimes you just gotta take a sack. Take the sack. Punt. But Johnny being Johnny, he improvised. One time he threw it like a little flip, flip the ball. It hit the running back in the hands, and he didn't catch it, and it bounced. The running back got to catch that ball. So if you want to write in the comment section, it was a pick. It was an interception. If you want to write in the comment section, well, that wasn't his fault. Cool. But still, three turnovers, putting your team in a hole. You cannot do that. No matter it's high school, Pop Warner, CFL, NFL. That's not good. That's
true.
That's not true. Good. I don't care how bad your team is. You already play on a bad team. You putting them in a bigger hole. Come on, man. That's just
one
not
more
good.
question, then we can move forward.
Go ahead.
You think they're gonna stick with? You think he started in the next game? You the coach, do he start the next game?
I bet you any amount of money, Spade. This has probably been the most watched CFL. It was on ESPN too. This was probably the most watched CFL game in a very long time, yo. So I have no doubt. That Johnny will be starting the next game, and I kind of feel like the CFL is going to try and do some flex crap where they try and get this game on TV. They're going to try and get this game on TV again so people.
I don't blame them.
They're going to try and get eyes on Johnny. It might not be pretty, but they're going to try and get everybody looking at him.
He said he was humble, so maybe that means he's going to work a little bit harder, come out a little more prepared. And I don't want to see anybody fail, man. So I hope he bounce back.
Let me ask you, Spade, one quick question. Do you see Johnny Manziel getting another opportunity in the NFL?
Oh, like I said, man, I think he'll get a shot before Colin Kaepernick does. And I think he will. I mean, let's be honest, man. He had more people at his pro day than Cap had at his. And Cap is way more accomplished in the league. I mean,
I wish I had the numbers.
It wasn't a pro day, but you know what I mean.
The most watched CFL game in a long time. I'm willing to guarantee it. I'm willing.
Yeah, so I wouldn't be shocked.
And they done played championships.
Now, I will be honest. Obviously, this performance right here hurts his stock. He's got time to work on it. But I guarantee you, let's say Johnny start chopping up the CFL, he'll be back. You can bet your ass on that. He'll be back.
Okay. So, do you buy? Oh, it's just a bad team. Johnny just play on a bad team. You buying that? Because that's what people want to say. I don't know.
I know that their game is different. I'm not really sure how it's different. I know like players can run up to the line of scrimmage to as you snapping the ball, the receivers can already be running, have that running start or whatnot. But this might sound ignorant, so I really don't want to speak much on it, LeParis, because I don't watch CFL. But ultimately, you're still throwing the football to people. And that's something Johnny's been doing since he was a kid.
They got some guys that was in the NFL. B.J. Cunningham, he was in the NFL. They got, remember Vernon Adams Jr. played at Oregon? He didn't go to the league, but I mean, he's a name. Remember Tyrell Sutton, the running back? Like, I mean, they got some guys. They're a bad team, but they got some guys. Listen, Johnny can't put his team in a bigger hole. I mean, they're already in a hole. He can't put them in a bigger hole. That don't help.
I agree.
You ready to move on?
Yes, sir.
Let's take it to college football, homie. Taking it to college football. And we could talk Kane. Kane's playing LSU. Me and you been going back and forth about that game. That's their first game. Oh yeah. We've been talking about the Kane schedule. So we're gonna have some fun as we get closer to football, college football season. We're gonna have some fun with going over Florida State and Miami schedules because I want to get some of the people's opinion. But we gotta start at Ohio State, man.
Let's do it.
If you guys didn't know, head coach of the Ohio State Buckeyes, Urban Meyer, was suspended with paid administrative leave because it came out that Urban Meyer may have known about the allegations against one of his assistants in his domestic violence situation pertaining to his ex-wife. Now, it's reports that the assistant wife sent the text to Urban Meyer's wife saying that, this guy's he's abusing me, he's he's hitting me, he's having some type of domestic issues, and Urban Meyer's wife said, I will let Urban know. And I mean, Spade, let's be honest. Unless they got a crazy marriage, most wives, most spouses, most husbands, they pretty much pillow talk and talk about a lot of different things with their significant other. So, I mean, we're going to speculate that Urban Meyer knew about this situation if they have text messages of this young lady texting Urban Meyer's wife and Urban Meyer's wife saying, I'm going to let Urban Meyer know. I'm gonna assume, which we know, when you assume you make an ass out of yourself, but I'm going to assume Urban Meyer know. So they doing an investigation. They suspended him on paid administrative leave. Spade, I got to ask you.
Yes, sir.
Is there any chance that Urban Meyer gets to keep his job? Any chance?
I think it's slim, man. I think it's slim. Yeah, let me share something with you. Urban Meyer took to Twitter to kind of, give his side of it, right? Mm-hmm. Urban Meyer is insisting that he properly handled the 2015 allegations of domestic violence against one of his assistant coaches at the time, although he acknowledged that he was not forthright with reporters when questioned last week about it. He went to Twitter, bro. This is what he said on Twitter. Urban says, here's the truth. While at the University of Florida and now at The Ohio State University, I have always followed proper reporting protocols, whatever you want to call it, and procedures when I have learned of an incident involving a student athlete, coach, or member of our staff by elevating the issue to the proper channels. And I did so regarding the Zach Smith incident in 2015. So, the only way Urban Meyer slithers out of this, he say, I pay attention to the wording. He said he elevated it to the proper channels. That means it went over his head. Urban, you gotta snitch. I'm sorry. Nobody really wants to snitch. If you elevated it, we need to know who the hell you elevated it to, and then they ass in the hot seat. But until that information's come out, Urban's in the hot seat. And I hate to be this guy, LaParis, but I feel like I gotta do this. Listen, man, this young woman, they said that she made 9 calls to 911 about her estranged ex-husband. I don't even know if they might have still been married, but LaParis, they wasn't even living together at the time. They wasn't even living together. They wasn't even together. And by her reports, this dude was still, doing whatever he was doing. I don't know. Obviously, I wasn't there. I don't know if he putting his hands on her. I don't know. But she made 9 calls to 911, bro. And it's unfortunate. LaParis, you said something off camera. I don't know if you want to repeat it here, but it's definitely one of the things that people, when you hear retired football players talk about football and what they miss, they always speak on that camaraderie. And it's really a brotherhood. It's really a brotherhood, man.
You want to protect your guys, man.
You want to protect your guys. And I feel like Urban, I'm not going to say, it looks bad. It looked like Urban don't care. I'm sure it was times that he came to work and told Buddy, hey, you going to have to get your shit together. Like, what's wrong with you? I'm sure they had those conversations. I want to believe they had those conversations. And it's just whether or not that was enough. That's the question.
And that's the problem. I'm going to tell you something, Spade, and I hate to take it here. But you said Urban Meyer stated that he reported it, up the food chain, right?
Yep.
Didn't Joe Paterno say the same thing with what was going on at Penn State? Said he took it to the... And everybody over there got fired, Spade. Everybody got fired. Now, a lot of that stuff... Now, I don't know... a lot of that stuff at Penn State was happening on campus. But Joe Paterno allegedly... he passed away now. But he said that he reported it to his superiors, and he was expecting those guys to handle it. But... If you see your superiors not doing nothing in a timely fashion, you just cannot just allow it to continue. And I get it. You want to protect your guys. So this kid Zach, what's his name? Zach Smith, Spade?
Yeah.
They saying that this kid Zach Smith is Urban Meyer's mentor, his son. That's his mentor's son. That's how he got this job on his staff. Okay. He's his mentor's son. That's what I read. Spade. Okay. So I get it. You want to protect your guys. I even heard people on other sport outlets said Urban Meyer look at this kid like he was his son. Like a son. I get it. You want to protect your guys, but Spade, at some point, you got to be able to be like, yo, I'm not going to stand for this, and if you continue to do this, you're out of here, and get them out of here. I get it. It's a tough situation, but it's at some point, you just got to do the right thing, man. But I just want to mention, tough. Joe Paterno did say he took that incident over there at Penn State to his superiors, and everybody over there got fired. So if we find out that Urban Meyer is telling the truth and he took it to his superiors, I want to. It's gonna be tough for Urban Meyer to keep that job, bro. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough.
But let me ask you this: hypothetically speaking, if he did elevate it through the proper channels and he did everything textbook by the book, and it died after he passed it on to somebody else, I know morally he should do more. That's what people gonna say. If he took it to the proper channels and they did nothing with it, morally he should have done more. But I'm not asking morally. By the job, in your opinion, LePere, should he be fired? If he followed what he should do to the letter.
Christ, it's a tough question, man. It's a tough question. It's a
That's
tough
what we do
question.
here on this show, bro. We talk the tough stuff.
I know my gut is saying yes, babe. My gut is saying he gotta go. I mean, and now they bring it up, and I even told you off camera, Spade. I said I kind of think this stuff isn't fair, but when you read the long list of issues that Urban Meyer has had with players,
on his watch.
God, it's just a ton of stuff that keep happening under Urban Meyer watch. When you read all that stuff, you be like, Jesus, it gotta. And I get it. College football is a business. They want a winning coach. They want a winning program. Coach, you deal with all that extracurricular crap that can hinder and hurt this program behind the scenes. We don't want to know. But it can't just all be about winning. But if it's not all about winning, I get it. Somebody want to say you get fired. Look at Randy Shannon. Randy Shannon probably had the highest graduation rate in Miami history.
Not probably, definitely.
But he wasn't winning. It wasn't the same you, and it got him fired. So I get it. It's a tough question. I'm glad I don't have to make that decision. Urban Meyer got to be a better person, and sometimes you just got to tell yourself, just do the right thing, and you don't find yourself in these situations. Just do the right thing.
That's tough.
Yeah, we can move on though, homie.
Let's move forward, man. This next topic right here, we about to get into some NFL convo, and this one right here I'm bringing straight to you, LePere. I'm not gonna lie, when I heard this story, it don't even really affect me, bro, but when I heard this story, it rubbed me wrong. It really rubbed me wrong. So let's go down to Carolina, kinda, I guess. Let's go to Carolina. I don't know, maybe let's go to damn Buffalo. I don't know. Let's talk about Kelvin Benjamin, who went to
go to Buffalo.
Who went to Florida State. This is your boy. Who
he was my boy when
interviewed.
We was kicking ass.
Nah, that's your boy anyway. Whether y'all kicking ass or not, this is your boy. Kelvin Benjamin was traded from the Panthers to the Bills last season. He had a great rookie season. Then he kind of had some injury issues and he never really bounced back. I might be using the word great a little loosely. He had a very good rookie season. I'll say that. All right, so he was in an interview with the Athletics' Tim Graham, and for some odd reason, he's feeling some kind of way about the Panthers. Turns out he feel like he shouldn't have been drafted there. He hates that he was drafted there. All right. Mm-hmm. He says, this is a quote. I felt like I would have been even more successful if, I don't know, man, if I would have, looking back on it, I should have just been drafted by somebody else. I should have never went to Carolina. Truly, I think Carolina was bad for me. It was bad from the get-go. If you would have put me with any other quarterback, let's be real. You know what I'm saying. Any other accurate quarterback like Rodgers or Eli Manning or Big Ben, anybody, quarterbacks with knowledge that know how to place the ball and give you a better chance to catch the ball, I just felt like I wasn't in that position. Bruh. Before you address that, it's more. He went to Twitter and he said, I'm just crazy then. I was the one who buried my mom and skipped the grievance process to get back and help that team. Let's be real. It was all fake. And to be honest, I was salty. Who wouldn't be? And I just been holding it all in and now I'm free. Hate me or love me. Okay, so hearing that makes me feel like his disdain of Cam got something to do with him burying his mom. Maybe he felt like when he came back, he wasn't embraced the right way. But let's go back to the original statement about him feeling like if he'd have been taken by, and to use his quote, any other quarterback, he would have been more successful. Listen, man, Cam does have his flaws. I'm a Cam fan, but I'm not finna sit here by any stretch of imagination to tell you that Cam Newton is the most accurate passer in the league. Is it fair for Kelvin to feel this way? That's one. And two, do you see any truth to it? Two-part question, bro.
No and no.
It's not fair, and you don't see any truth to it whatsoever.
No.
Any.
Cam's best season, MVP season, was without Kelvin Benjamin. He was an MVP without Kelvin Benjamin on the field. That's first. They went to the Super Bowl without Kelvin Benjamin. That's first.
That's, yeah.
And Spade, did Cam tell Kelvin Benjamin to come in almost 300 pounds? No. See, my problem with guys is they always want to say, "Oh, well, I would have been this if that." No, bro. No. You want to know what? When you're a good player, Spade, even if you're in a bad situation, most people can still see you're a good player. Oh, we knew AR-15 was Allen Robinson was a good wide receiver, and we'll look at Allen Robinson like, damn, his numbers don't really reflect that, and then we'll be like, damn, Blake Bortles is pretty bad. So when you're good and people think you, trust me, Spade, when you're good in a bad situation, they can recognize it. They can recognize it, whether it be route run, especially at wide receiver. Wide receiver, you're on an island so bad. People can dissect your route. You don't get the ball every play. That's first. So people can dissect whether you run hard out your break, whether you run the right route, whether you can run routes. This is the situation when I feel like this is one of those things when a guy want to blame other people except for holding themselves accountable, and I don't think that's fair, man. For him to go now, of course, somebody going to get in the comment section and be like, "Well, Cam is inaccurate." I know, and ain't nobody even here arguing that. But let's be honest, Cam Newton, what Cam Newton is at all his worst, all his badness, Spade, he still backpacked them damn Carolina Panthers. You look at that Carolina Panther team, who was he throwing the ball to? Aside from Greg Olsen, for years, people thought KB was going to be that guy. It didn't help that this guy didn't come in shape. If you look at Kelvin Benjamin at Florida State and look at him in Carolina, it looked like two different people. Kelvin Benjamin used to look like a basketball player, skinny, on the field with Florida State. He must have gained like at least 30 pounds. He was huge. Come on, man. I don't like it, man. I don't like it.
Yeah, man. I mean,
we're gonna see what Kelvin Benjamin all about when he said, "Oh, put me with any other quarterback." You with any other quarterback right now? Let's see what you do.
That's facts. I mean,
you got AJ McCarron and Josh. What's my man? Josh Allen. Good luck with that.
Yep.
Good luck with that.
I'm torn because I really want to be fair here. And I want to say, God, this kid had 1,000 yards receiving as a rookie.
Yep.
He had some injury issues. He came back and put up 900 and something. At the same time, let's not act like Greg Olsen ain't consistently been one of the best tight ends in the league.
Just saying. Yeah. No argument here.
I think I got a problem with him saying that. And I don't know if it's fair for us to have a problem with him saying that because Cam has his flaws. And if you KB, I'm sure it's times, bro, every wide receiver could say this. I'm sure it's times that you go out and you go, damn, you overthrew me, or you underthrew me, or I was open and you missed me.
Or you missed me. I was
that
open.
Happens every game.
And that's why it's not an argument, Spade. That's why you can't. I'm not saying you. I'm just saying that's why he can't use that argument. Every wide receiver done came to. We done seen AB and Big Ben get into it, and we already know they got a nice rapport. They got a nice connection. They eat, and we done seen AB get at Ben like yo, and we done seen Ben get at AB like, bro, I'm gonna throw it to who I want to throw it. We done seen it, so I don't like that excuse. And AB is a beast. You would throw it to AB every time down the field. Every time, look, regardless who's on him, you're throwing it to AB. So I don't like that excuse.
That's tough. Listen, man. The tweet he put out about the funeral pretty much lets you know it's more than meets the eye. This ain't just about Cam and his accuracy issues. There's something going on there between KB and Cam, and that secondary tweet leads me to believe that it got something to do with him burying his mom. And he said something like it was all fake. I don't know what he was saying was fake. And like I said, maybe that team didn't welcome him back the way he felt like he deserved to be. And it's unfortunate, man. It's really unfortunate to see him try to throw Cam under the bus like that. Cam gets enough hate, and some of it Cam bring on himself. Like I said, Cam is not without flaws or faults. So I don't know. I just think it's unfortunate, man. And KB, listen, man. I don't know if I can ride with you on this one. I tried my best to look at this thing from your perspective, and it just don't feel okay with me because you played college ball with Jameis Winston, who got the same issues Cam got.
And was successful. There.
Was
a high pick because of it.
Yeah, man. And went first round, even though they were issues. LeParis, there were issues about KB coming out of college.
Yeah.
They questioned his route running and his hands coming out of college. Yeah. And he went round 1. So I don't know if I'm okay with that, bro. And I don't know if I'm all right with it. KB, I tried, bro. I can't rock.
I don't like it, man.
I can't rock.
Listen, it's certain people in the league. I don't like when people get at. Tyrod Taylor is one of those guys. Cam Newton is another. It's a few other guys as well. But it seemed like people, the level of you know what, the level of they cannot afford to make a mistake without somebody just bashing them. When we see other quarterbacks make the same mistakes, and look, like I said, KB. Be careful what you wish for. Any other quarterback, you got it. AJ McCarron.
Because I want to see 1,000 yards. I want to see 1,000 yards.
AJ McCarron and Josh Allen in that Buffalo weather and that win up there. I can't wait to see it this year. I can't wait to see it. You ready to move on?
Let's see. Yes, sir.
We got to move on, Spade. And if you guys watched the preseason, the Hall of Fame game, it happened. It was the Bears and the Ravens. It was a pretty good game. We got to see a little bit of Lamar Jackson. Got to see a little bit of RG3, who actually looked pretty good, Spade. RG3 looked pretty good. I mean,
they both did.
But that's not what I want to talk about, Spade. I want to talk about. I was going to say helmet to helmet hits, but it's not even helmet to helmet hits anymore. It's helmet hits. It was the Ravens got flagged for 3 violations on hits that I was like, wait a minute. If we're going to be, and maybe this is just an experiment. They saying where's the line in preseason. They better find the line in preseason because it's going to be a long season, Spade. Yes, if they start calling these games the way they called that first preseason game versus the Ravens and the Bears. If you guys didn't know, the safety from the Ravens, Bennett Jackson, hit a Bears receiver coming across the middle. And anybody that watch football, play football, know they teach you head across the bow, hit with your back shoulder. You want the head across the body, hit with that back shoulder. I felt that was a textbook tackle. Now, one of the tackles was going down, and one of the Ravens players dove head first. I felt like that should have been a penalty. The dude was already going down. He led with his helmet. I felt that should have been a penalty.
I agree. I know what play you're talking about.
But that play with that safety hitting that Bears guy with his head was across the bow. His head was on his chest. He hit him with his shoulder. I don't felt that should have been a penalty. And the crazy thing, Spade, they said during the telecast that these plays are subject to review and the player can be ejected from the game. It's going to be a long season if that's a penalty, Spade. It didn't sit well with me, and I got to know what's your thoughts on that particular play.
I think it's indicative of what this year is going to be. Let me back up before we talk about that one. The Philadelphia Eagles team has come out and they've been very vocal that they don't like the rule change because they had a meeting with officials and they asked some questions to the officials and the officials could not give them the answer they was looking for. Let's take it out. The Eagles made an attempt to clear up the confusion and they showed a video of Malcolm Jenkins hit on a wide receiver, Brandon Cooks, in the Super Bowl. And when the video was shown, the referees was split on whether or not that hit would be considered legal. Malcolm Jenkins said, I'm going to make that play 10 times out of 10. If it's a flag, it's a flag. Now, that's the way he's taking it. Other players are saying, like, I'm looking at this rule, and I'm convinced they want us to hit folks in the knees. So that's what I'm going to do. When you get the ball, watch your knees. I'm tearing your knees up. So this thing is crazy, bro. And I looked at the hit. I got to be honest with you. I didn't feel like it was one of those hits. I didn't agree with the flag. The other play you talking about, not only do I agree with it, I have long said I'm not a fan of that. And I understand. I know it's a bang sport. Everybody's moving fast. They're getting bigger, faster, stronger, more physical. I get it. But when somebody's wrapped up and they're going down, I don't like for the guy to run in with his head. I don't like that. I've never liked that. So if you want to flag those, they're pretty easy to spot out. Boom. Don't do that.
Yeah, I'm
but
good with that.
These plays, man, you want me to tell you what it feel like?
What it feel
My
like?
old man told me when I was young, man, whatever the speed limit say, you can go about 8 over. Don't ever go 10 over, and depending on who's around, you might not want to go 8 over. Usually, these rules might not apply where you live, so drive with caution. But where I live, usually if it's a city cop and you're doing 8 over, they don't care. If it's a state boy, if it's a state trooper, you could be doing more than 5 over. You could be doing really 1 over. If they having a bad day, they going to get you. Word. This thing kind of feels like state boys to me. It's just going to depend on that ref, how he's feeling that day, and that's terrible for the sport of football. You don't want this to be an emotion 100%. Call.
That should not be the case. Call it how it should be called and call it right at all times. It should not be subjective.
To be definitive. It needs to be a situation where I'm not saying everybody going to see it in real time and go, oh, yeah. But you should be able to throw up on the Jumbotron a replay, and everybody should be able to look and go, oh, yeah, that's it. If we still sitting there going, wait a minute, I don't like that. I don't like that. Because, listen, man, and LaParis, I don't even want to turn down this road right here and make this thing sound crazy. But people are so worried about the attachment to sports betting and professional sports. And this is the type of rule that can swing the shit out of a game, man. And I don't like this. I don't like this at all, man, because this shit looks suspicious to me. When you got half the officials in the room that say, oh, nah, that's clean, and the other half go, no, it ain't. I don't like it. I don't like it, bro. I don't like it.
I'm interested to know how the people that
the
watch
NFL
this show
can't get right.
I'm interested to know how the people that watch this show, how they felt about that hit with that safety. Bennett Jackson.
YouTube it, y'all. If you didn't see the play, YouTube it. It's out there.
I thought it was a clean hit. I thought it was textbook. That is how they teach you to hit. Head cross the bow, hit with your back shoulder. That's how they teach you. You got players like Sendehu, the safety from the Vikings. He wearing a hat that say "Make football violent again." You got the Bears linebacker. He ain't even play. He holding out because he want his guaranteed money. He want all his guaranteed money. He don't want none of his guaranteed money touched if he's suspended for hits. If he's suspended for like illegal hits, he don't want them to be able to touch his guaranteed money. I mean, this is a problem. And like I said, if it was helmet to helmet, some of them helmet to helmet hits I even had a problem with, Spade, because we already know as a runner, as a wide receiver, they always shrink their body. They always get low. So just because you aiming for their chest, when they get low, it ends up being a head-to-head.
That's going to be a helmet-to-helmet hit, bro.
So some of those hits I had a problem with. But if you want to just say helmet-to-helmet, okay. But now if your helmet touched any part of the body, come on. Come on.
And bro, before they make it a guessing game, I probably don't speak for the masses with this, but before y'all just make it a guessing game, just throw two flags on the side of everybody. Throw a flag on everybody's side and let's just do it that way. At least we all can agree when the damn flag is missing.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's going somewhere. It's going somewhere I don't like, man. And like, Spade, I gotta ask you this, and then we can move on. I said to you off camera, I said that I think the only way they can get around this is having like the player sign a waiver. Like, look, if I'm beat up when I'm older, I'm not going to sue you. I think that's the only way they can get around this. Do you think that's an answer?
I don't even know if that would save it. I don't even know if that'll save it, because right now the NFL is so engulfed in repairing their image and making their gladiator sport appear to be safe when it's not, and it was never designed to be. Word. You're gonna have to completely redesign the sport, or you're gonna have to call it quits. Like, You trying to be two different things. You trying to be safe, and you trying to be this entertaining gladiator sport. You can't be both. You can't be both. And you got these players that's been taught how to play a certain way their entire lives, and it's muscle memory at this point. And you want them to change it? I don't like it, bro. And the league, golly, man. I'm gonna tell you something about that Shield. They can't get right now. They cannot get right. I applaud their efforts to try to make their game safer, but it really seems like they're willing to go at the expense of ruining their game to try to make it safer, man.
And they won't because they so scared of getting sued. But they need to just say football is not for everybody. Spade, boxing is not for everybody. And they try to make boxing safe. They try to give people bigger gloves. You know, back in the day, they used to fight bare knuckle. Then they went gloves. Yeah. Then they went like 6-ounce gloves. Then it was like 8-ounce gloves. I mean, now they got bigger gloves. Bruh, a knockout is still a knockout. Your brain is still getting punched. It ain't safe. It ain't safe.
True as hell.
Like, football is not for everybody, man.
And I thought that's why they got paid so much. I thought the compensation was so high because they are the elite of the elite performing this dangerous activity. That's why people who clean the windows on the side of skyscrapers make more than people who make fries at McDonald's. It's the risk associated with the job. So I don't know, man. I'm at a loss.
Yeah, an accountant told me once, you know why accountants make so much? I said, no. He said, it's because we dealing with the money. They don't want us to steal their money, so they got to pay us handsome.
If we ain't paid, what exactly?
Yeah, they can
Let's go ahead and bring it home,
the
bro.
money properly. We can move on, bro.
This is going to be one of our most fiery top fives that we've done.
It is.
In case y'all don't know, man, we do this thing leading up into the NBA season as well as the NFL season, where we rank the top 5 at each position based off our little formula. Performance last season, eye test, and a prediction factor of what we think they're going to do moving forward into this season. And I got to be honest with y'all. Defensive tackles and defensive ends were tough. This was the second toughest behind LeParis' idea to combine free safeties and strong safeties. Ever since then, this one right here, it has definitely been tougher. LeParis, let's start with defensive tackles. We go 5-1, and then we do defensive ends. And my list is so crazy, bro. It's so crazy. So let me off the hook. Give me your number 5, or if you want to give me your honorable mention at defensive tackle. You're first. You're on the hot seat. Let's get it.
Okay, at 5. Matter of fact, let me give you a I'm gonna give you a honorable mention first, and at honorable mention at the defensive tackle position, I'm gonna go with Malik Jackson. Malik Jackson, Jacksonville Jaguars defensive tackle. Jesus Christ, you can literally pick anybody off that Jacksonville defensive line. I mean, they got Marcel Darius, they got Calais Campbell, they got Malik Jackson, they got a Dante Fowler, they got a slew of defensive linemen, a slew of them. So I mean, Malik Jackson, I want to say he's an honorable mention because I feel like the guys that I chose give me a little bit more than Malik Jackson. I like Malik Jackson. If he continue to be consistent at what he do, he can potentially be on this list maybe as early as next year. But at number 5, I got a guy that's been, he had a bad injury a few years ago and he was out. But this guy, ever since he came back from that injury, this guy has been a model of consistency. And I'm talking about, you're taking it to Cincinnati, and I'm talking Geno Atkins. Geno Atkins is my number 5 defensive tackle. And Geno Atkins, he can rush the passer. He's an automatic double team. They always double team Geno. He still make plays. He's a good run stuff defensive tackle. Everything you want in a defensive tackle. For that reason, Geno Atkins is number 5 on my list. Before you go, Spade, okay. I want to say this. Defensive tackle is a funny position because it depends on what you want. You know, it's defensive tackles that play over the center, that play over the guard, that different, 3 technique. It's run stuff defensive tackles. It's defensive tackles that get sacked. So 3-4 defensive tackles, 4-3 defensive tackles. It's a weird position. So this position right here, it really depends on what you want from a defensive tackle on your end. But Geno Atkins is still a beast.
Okay, that's fair. Let me go. I actually did something a little bit different. My honorable mention is Gino. Gino didn't make my top 5 this year. I made a list. I went and did some studying. I looked at last year's production. I looked at rosters coming into this season. I went back and I made some revisions to my list. I took some names off. I put some names on. Ultimately, man, I know Gino's that guy. I know he is. But I got some shaking and moving, bro.
I ain't mad at you.
Yeah, I got him as an honorable mention. My number 5 guy. And trust me, this guy could easily be higher. He's always been a stud. He's been a stud in that middle since he's been in the league. And he just recently was traded and acquired by a team that's got some pieces around him. If they get this one person re-signed, he's got a person directly beside him that's going to be on this list too. And the two of them is going to be absolute hell for opposing offensive linemen. And I got Ndamukong Suh at number 5. Everybody knows what Suh is. Suh is getting older, and he is tapering off. But if you put the right pieces around him, even when he was in Miami, a lot of folks felt like Suh didn't produce. But a lot of times, Suh had a center and a guard pushing on him every time. So, yeah, man, Ndamukong Suh, I got him at 5. Let me jump ahead. Let me give you my number 4. I'm going to tell you what's funny, man. I might sound like a homer with this. I'm not a big Falcon fan, but they got a guy at backer that I put on my list. They got a guy at safety that I put on my list. And now they got a guy in the middle that I put on my list. I'm talking about Grady Jarrett. Now, Grady Jarrett is the son of Jesse the Hammer Tuggle. And I'm telling you, if you watch a Falcons game, watch Grady Jarrett. The dude, he's a problem, bro. He is a problem. And it's crazy that the Falcons got these young pieces sprinkled in. The Falcons really going to be a team to keep an eye on. But Grady Jarrett is the number 4.
They got to be able to afford
them. They can pay everybody. Keeping everybody together going to be the struggle.
Yep.
Grady Jarrett, number 4.
I'm not mad at that. At number 4, I got a guy, big run stuff guy. I like when big guys, you know, they jersey roll up, it be all up here, their stomach be out. I got a big guy there.
So you like bone crusher? Bet.
And I'm taking it to Minnesota, bro. I'm taking it to Minnesota, and I got big Linval Joseph right there. Run stuff guy, can get to the passer, just clogs up everything in the middle. They're another one of them teams. You can pick anybody off that defensive line as well. They get after the passer. They stuff the run. Hey, I'm not mad. I am not mad at Linval Joseph. Linval Joseph been putting in work. Big guy stuffs the run. For that reason, he's my number 4. Spade, you want my number 3? My number 3 guy. It's a guy. I've been loving the guy since college, man. What more can I say? And I'm talking about Ndamukong Suh, man. Ndamukong Suh. Now you listen. Pick your damn poison. Pick your poison. You gonna block Aaron Donald, or you gonna double team Aaron Donald, or you gonna double team Ndamukong Suh? What you doing? Because one of them got to get a 1-on-1. One of them. And I think Ndamukong Suh is he's in flight for a huge year. So, yeah, he's my number 3 defensive tackle on this list.
I like that. Let me go ahead and give you my number 3. It's so crazy, man. My list is so different. My number 3, man, I'm going to tell you what I like about this guy, bro.
Okay.
This team ain't that great. They might be all right, but they coming off a down year for sure. The consistent thing is this guy stuffs the middle, and if you try to run through the A gap, he's there. He's putting his hands
I know what you're talking about.
He's putting his hands on you, and we got to go up to New York, man. I got Big Damon Harrison at number 3. Listen, just watch him. You're not running by him. He going to shed the hell out that block, and if he don't make the tackle, he's going to get an assistant tackle. He's going to be right there.
Right.
I think amongst interior linemen, I think he lead everybody in tackles. Last year, anyway. I'm going to jump ahead to my number 2. My number 2 is weird because you had this guy further back, but I got Linval Joseph at 2, man, because I think he plays on a defense that gets a lot of credit. They got a lot of guys that fly to the ball, and people know he's there, and they know he's a problem, but he really ain't the guy they talk about. They talk about who they got at safety. They talk about one of their backers. But really, I think all of those other guys are allowed to be great because of the confusion that Linval Joseph creates in the middle. 9 times out of 10, he's got 2 people trying to block him. He's that guy that frees somebody else up to shoot the gap to make a play. I got him at number 2, bro.
Not mad at that. At number
Another
2,
tackle machine, too.
Yeah. At number 2, I got the guy you had up in New York, Damian Harrison. They call him Snacks. And I want to give a shout out to Stacks, bro. I don't know if you remember, Spade, last year during this time when we was doing defensive tackles, Stacks was on the show. And he said, bro, y'all better pay attention to Snacks Harrison. And I don't remember, somebody going to go back and look. I don't think neither one of us had this guy on our list. But Stacks,
I think I might have had him honorable mention.
Stacks did, though. And Stacks was like, yo, this guy, I looked up something, and it said that 78% of the time, 78, when it's a run play by Snacks Harrison, he's involved in the tackle. That's incredible. That's incredible. So, listen, for that reason right there, he's my number 2. I mean, if you want to run stuff defensive tackle, it don't get any better than this guy. So for that reason, he's my number 2 defensive tackle this year. And number 1, me and Spade had a conversation. We decided to put this guy at defensive tackle. Some of you guys may say, oh, well, he's a defensive end. We said we're going to put him at defensive tackle, and I'm talking about Aaron Donald. Aaron Donald, I mean, what more can I say? Spade, no, and I always say this, and Spade probably tired of me saying this. I've been telling Spade about Aaron Donald since college. Like, bro, this dude is a problem. Defensive player of the year. We already know. Rams, what are you doing? Pay that man. I don't even think I got to explain to you guys why Aaron Donald is the number 1 guy. If you want to say he's a defensive end, he'll be the number 1 defensive end on my list.
I was going to say, cool, we'll take that too.
Yeah, he'll be the number 1 defensive end on my list. Aaron Donald,
and they move
number
him
1
around
defensive tackle. So. And he play. I mean, all those guys over there moving around. They got one. I mean, a lot of these guys. You see, a lot of these guys, they interchangeable. You can play them a lot of different positions, man. They like hybrid defensive tackles now. But Aaron Donald is the number 1 defensive tackle this year on my list, man.
Well, I'm going to make it quick. At number 1, I got Aaron Donald as well. I don't care, like LaPierre said, I don't care where you got him. When you played him at tackle, I know it was a big deal when he was drafted. They say he's a tackle, but he's undersized. And he proved, once again, if you got that motor, you got that drive, you got that heart, and that determination, none of that height, none of that shit that you can measure with a tape measure or a stopwatch. None of that shit matter.
With the heart 100% of the time, baby.
100% of the time. And this is why we feel like we feel about the combine. The combine's entertaining. But, man, people go in there with these damn tape measures and stopwatches, and they forget about the film that they got of somebody just getting their ass wrecked. You know, well, let me get that out of there because I can see somebody running with that. But getting their ass kicked, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, give me Aaron Donald at 1. We're going to move over to the defensive ends. LaPierre, you want to go first or you want me to start this one?
I'll go first.
Okay, go ahead.
At number 5, I got Spade. I got 2 honorable mentions.
We get no honorable mention at end?
I got 2 honorable mentions at end. Two honorable mentions. I'm going to make it quick. One of them, taking it back to Minnesota, we already know about their defensive line, and I'm talking about Everson Griffin. Another guy can rush the passer. If he keep it up, continue to be consistent, I can see this guy on this list as well. Spade. Another guy. He don't do nothing but rush the passer, and Lord knows, playing with the Dallas Cowboys, we need it. And I'm talking about DeMarcus Lawrence. He didn't make my top 5 list this year, but if he put another season together like he did last year, he had 14.5 sacks. Everson Griffin had 13 sacks. If these guys continue to play this, I mean, you look at defensive end, whoo, it's some guys out there. But both of those guys are my honorable mention. Spade, I got to take it to my number 5 guy is a guy I think he always get overlooked, and it may be unfair. And I'm taking it down to New Orleans, and I'm talking about Cam Jordan, Spade. Do people really talk about Cam Jordan? This guy quietly had another amazing season last year, putting up numbers, getting it done. I think we already know about the Saints' offense and Breeze, and he spread the ball around. But the Saints' defense was much improved. Much improved. They had a young secondary. And anybody know me, they know I always say a great pass rush make good corners, make okay corners good, and they make good corners great. They had a young secondary back there, and I think Cam Jordan definitely helped we're making those guys' job a lot easier. So Cam Jordan, you are my number 5 guy on this list.
That's what's up. My honorable mention is going to catch you off guard, LaParis. I hope you're sitting down. For the listeners of the show, please forgive me for this. When I started doing my research at defensive end, man, let me just tell you, it's crazy. It's crazy. So my honorable mention is a guy who has always been on my list, always been top 2 on my list. And he's not on my top 5. I got him as an honorable mention because if he's healthy, if he can stay healthy, he'll get back in that top 3. No time. But, man, I got J.J. Watt as my honorable mention, man. I expect J.J. Watt to come back and still make a impact. But at some point, you got to wonder about his durability and if these injuries are going to slow his motor down. Can he come back and still be who he was? And I don't know that. So I put him at honorable mention. And number 5, though, I went Everson Griffin. It's time to start. Hey, we got to get this man his trophy right now. You can't say he got to give me another year. Give him his trophy right now. Everson Griffin is, I just said, man, it's a lot of names on that defense. And them guys, they making plays. They flying around. They listen, Everson, I got you at number 5. Don't make me regret this. Got him at number 5. Let me give you my number 4, bro.
I think he's still going to eat. Go ahead.
Give you my number 4. When this guy came into the league, hey, you know me. I be wrong about these players a lot. So when I get one right, I like to toot my own horn. When this guy came into the league, I had a hot take. I said he going to be the next J.J. Watt. And he instantly came in with no training camp or any of that shit. Just came in and said, just show me where to stand. You want me to stand right here? Bet, and I'll make plays. And he's done that since he's been here. And I got Joey Bosa at number 4. Bosa is one of those guys that he's probably going to continue to march up this list. He went from 5 on my list to 4. He probably going to end up top 2 or 3 if he continues on the path he's on. I got Joey Bosa at 4.
Okay. At number 4, I have a guy that you got as your honorable mention. I got J.J. Watt there. J.J. Watt, he's low on my list than he has been. But I'm expecting J.J. Watt to come back healthy. Now, you're right, Spade. He is a year older. He's been having these nagging injuries. And one of the things that concerns me, same thing with when I talk to Sean Lee, one of the things that concern me is J.J. Watt got a back injury. A back is real funny. A back is funny.
Yes, sir.
So,
you can move the wrong way and tweak it.
Yeah,
no contact whatsoever.
So I got him at 4. J.J. Watt could easily be off this list next year. I'm expecting him to come back and still be J.J. Watt. I'm expecting a big year from J.J. Watt, and that's why he's number 4. But I'm worried about him getting injured. I'm worried about that back. I'm worried about it. At number 3, Spade. At number 3, I got a guy. Like I said, you go to that Jacksonville team, bro. You can pick any one of those guys. But, I mean, this guy been doing it since Arizona, man. And I got to talk about Calais Campbell. Calais Campbell had 14.5 sacks and 3 forced fumbles, a fumble recovery, and a touch. Give me Calais Campbell as number 3 on my list. He's a beast. Yes, baby, we know he came. Relax.
I didn't even know that.
Listen, like I said, you look at that. He been doing this since Arizona, but you look at that Jacksonville defense, and it like you said about Malik Jackson, bro. It's no reason why Calais Campbell should not have another amazing year again. Good God, with that team.
For sure. Let me give you my number 3. You had this guy on your list, I think. Further back though, maybe honorable mention. At number 3, man, I'm going Cam Jordan.
Okay.
Listen, man, all you got to do is watch this guy. He's one of the few, usually when you talk about ends, of course it's going to depend on whether or not they're in a 3-4 scheme or a 4-3 scheme. But when you look at ends, you usually got somebody who's good at putting pressure on the quarterback or good at setting the edge and helping it in run defense. It's rare you got a guy who can do a little bit of both. I feel like Cam can do both. And you can look at his numbers from last season and you go, man, you know, the guy had 2 forced fumbles. He had 62 tackles. He had double-digit sacks. He did everything that Saints team needed him to do. He's going to continue to do that. And for that reason, I got him at number 3.
Spade, you want to know what else was impressive about Cam Jordan? He had 12 pass deflections like he a damn DB out there. Like he a back.
Yeah, man, because when he can't get to the quarterback, what is he, 6'6" or something like that? He going to get them paws up. He does a great job of getting in the passing lanes. He's a hell of a player, man. Number 3. Now, my number 2 guy, LePage, you said something about this guy. I'm going to tell you why I got him at 2. Off camera, when we was working, you was like, man, there's so many guys on this Jacksonville team, man. Like,
right.
It's kind of tough to evaluate their talent because there's so many of them that's good that I think they elevate each other. And that's 100% true. But you just said something that I agree with. When you look at Calais Campbell, Calais been doing this shit at every level. He did it at Miami. He got drafted. He went to Arizona. He did it at Arizona. People was questioning whether or not he had anything left in the tank when he went to Jacksonville. And he went over there and wreaked havoc over there. At this point, it ain't a coinky dink. It ain't an accident. It ain't the scheme. And it ain't the people around him. It's Calais Campbell. And I got Calais Campbell at number 2 on my defensive end list.
Whew. I ain't mad at you. At number 2, I got Joey Bosa. I feel like Joey Bosa is... Yeah, I feel like Joey Bosa is on the verge of being that next great guy.
J.J. Watt.
Yeah, I feel like he's on that. He's right there, and I feel like this could be the season. Spade, let me tell you something about Joey Bosa. The crazy thing is, I say that thing about cornerbacks all the time, about how the pass rush help corners.
Mm-hmm.
People are arguing that Casey Hayward may be the best corner in the league. But when he was over there in Green Bay, people hated Casey Hayward and was saying he was trash. So don't tell me a pass rush don't make a difference. They got Ingram on one side, Bosa on the other. Corey, I think his name, Corey Legit in the middle. They got an amazing pass rush as well. And I think this right here, he has 70 tackles at end, bro. Good God.
That's crazy.
Listen. This right here, this, I think Joey Bosa time is now. I expect an amazing year from Joey Bosa. He's going to take us to the next level right here. For that reason, he's my number 2 defensive end on this list. And, of course, number 1 is Khalil Mack. We got Khalil Mack. Khalil Mack, he's been the lone bright spot on that Raiders defense. I mean, you look around that Raider defense. It ain't too much to be happy about. But Khalil Mack is the lone bright spot over there. I mean... Good God. If they can ever get Khalil Mack some help, I feel like he can be even better. They double Khalil Mack. Don't matter. He's still getting to the quarterback. For that reason, Khalil Mack is my number 1 defensive end this year. Khalil Mack.
Well, I mean, again, once we get to number 1, there's no debate for me. I got Khalil Mack as well. All of the reasons you said. I mean, damn, if you're an offense and you playing the Raiders, you tell the offensive lineman, hey, just look for Mack. They're going to try to move him around, look for Mack. And we should be straight. And they look for Mack. And they still ain't straight. He still get back there. He's still going to put pressure on the quarterback. He's going to get sacks. He's going to help in the run game. And he and Von Miller, who we have as an outside backer, are still 2 of the best at that strip sack. Not only will they get to your quarterback, but they're going to get back there and try to get that football out of his hands on their way to taking him down. For that reason, man, it's not much of a debate. I got Khalil Mack as the number 1 defensive end going into this year. If you feel like we made any mistakes in our list, let us know.
This is why we love this show. Leave your top 5s in the comment section. Tweet us your top 5s, defensive tackles, defensive ends. Like I said, if you want to argue Aaron Donald is a defensive end, put him number 1 on. He'll be number 1 on my list over there.
Number 1.
So. Yeah. I mean, it don't matter. Aaron Donald will be number 1 on both sides. I mean, I'll put Aaron Donald right now. Number 1 defensive end. Bump everybody else down. Shit. Listen, leave your top 5s in the comment section. I'm interested to see who you guys have. Because, I mean, it's a lot of guys out there. We like Space said, we do have not Mac, Von Miller as an outside backer. So he will be on the outside backer. Before y'all be like, y'all forgot about these guys. You gotta remember. Jadeveon Clowney is another one of those guys. They might be like, oh, well, he played into the outside backers. We got him as outside backers. Spade, next we going quarterback.
Got to go double, right? I know.
No. We're going quarterback, and then after that, then we're going to go corner and outside backer. But we're going quarterback next week. So that's going to be fun.
Quarterbacks.
Spade, before I close the show, you got anything else to add?
Nothing at all, bro. Nothing at all.
Listen, man. As usual, we want to thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of Strong Arm Sports. Can't do the show without you guys, man. You guys have been showing so much love on YouTube, on all our various podcasts. Listen, as usual, if you new here, hit the subscribe button. If you're a regular, hit the like button. It takes 2 seconds. It's like 2 seconds. There's also a little bell up there. You can click that bell. It sends a notification to your mobile device to let you know when a new episode has been uploaded to our YouTube channel. If you don't want to see two dudes arguing in the box, it's okay. We got audio, podcasts everywhere. SoundCloud, Podomatic, iTunes. Listen, we everywhere. We cannot thank you guys for your continued support. I guess we'll see you guys next episode. We out. Peace.